Okay, we're on part 2 of lesson 93, March 4th. And we're looking at another example problem here. We're going to say we have a minus 15 equals 3x plus 6. Okay, the very first thing we recognize is we have a variable, so we're trying to solve for that variable because this problem is saying to us that negative 15 is equal to 3, whatever x is, plus 6. So we have to find a value for x to make this a true statement. All right, we see that the first thing we do is we take care of the number that is not next to or involved with the variable. And we have a positive 6 here. So how do we get rid of the positive 6? We subtract 6. What you do on one side, you have to do on the other. Right? So I'm going to subtract 6 over here too. My equal sign comes down. What's 15? We have a 15, pardon me? Negative 15 and plus a negative 6. Well, we're subtracting from a negative. It's going to go more negative. Right. If we were adding 6, it'd be negative 9, but we're subtracting 6, so it's got to be minus 21. That's what we have on this side. We have our equal sign. We have 3x still, and then what's plus 6 minus 6? It's 0, right? So we're left with negative 21 equals 3x. We have to get rid of the 3, right? How do we do that? And what we do on one side, we have to do on the other, right? So now I have a negative 7 equals x. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see if that's right. They're saying that the x is worth the value of negative 7. So let's change the x to a negative 7. What's 3 times negative 7? Negative 21 plus 6? Negative 15. See? It does equal negative 15. Negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Negative 21 plus 6 is negative 15. Huh? Christine? How would you know it's 6? Negative 6. How would you know that it's going to be a 7? Well, yeah. How are you going to come across? What's going to make you pick negative 7 as a choice, though? You're not going to start at 7. You're going to start at 1, right? Then you're going to start at 2 and 3 and say, wait, the numbers are getting too big. I got to go smaller. I mean, if you have a test of 20 questions like that, it'll take you 3 or 4 days to do. I mean, you just can't. For this problem, and Christine, I mean, the fact of the matter is she's right. If you had time, if you only had one problem, you had nothing else better to do, you can figure this out that way. But what if your problem was this? What if it was negative 241 equals 2/3 x plus 79? Yeah, I mean, there's just, for very simple problems, you're absolutely right. You could do that. But for more complex things that you're going to be faced with, because see, it's not really about learning this for now. It's learning this it's learning the concept so you can solve much harder problems, next year and algebra, calculus, chemistry and those kind of things. So you're absolutely right. Christine is right. If you're sharp enough, mental math, you might be able to play around with these smaller numbers and figure it out. But that's not going to get you very far. So that's why you want to understand. You want to be able to understand the sequence of how to do these problems so you can solve any problems, not just the ones that are a little bit easier. All right. What I'd like you to do is try practice set A really quick. I know we have another example problem to do, but we're probably going to take today and tomorrow to do this lesson. We're not going to rush through it. Yep. Okay. You already did it? Okay. Well, we'll see. We got a couple minutes. We'll do it real quick here. Okay, guys, we're doing 8x minus 15. 8x minus 15 equals 185. Now see, this is one right here, Christine, that would be a little bit harder even. I mean, you could do it in your head. You can say, well, maybe 80 is worth 20, or x is worth 20. 8 times 20 is 160. 160 minus 15 is 145. Well, I'm pretty close. I mean, you could do that for this one and figure it out. What? What's your answer? So what is your answer? But it's wrong. Huh? Yeah. So guys, let me show you the way we're supposed to do this really quick. We're taking care of the number that is not attached to the variable. So we have a minus 15, right? We have a minus 15, so we're going to add 15 to both sides. Okay, that gives me 8x equals what? 200. Divide both sides by 8. X equals what? 25. It's really not much easier way to do it than that. Okay? Work on your practice set. We'll go over your practice set tomorrow. Have a good day, guys. Huh? We're going over finish the lesson, do the practice set tomorrow, and start